Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Mohammed Zaman. I'm with Bright Mind Next. So, what I wanted to talk about is the career. Right now, if you're looking at me, I'm in Dhaka, Bangladesh, and this is the Freedom Square or Shadinata Chattor. There is a lot of history here. Dhaka University is actually the central education system for all Bangladesh, where you get your bachelor's, master's, and all those degrees. A lot of you are very proud Dhaka University alumni. So this makes sense that we talk about the education, knowledge, skill, and how we prepare ourselves to the next level. One thing that you have seen that we talk about AI all the time, is that right? Why is AI very, very important? AI is fundamentally important because it's disruptive. Now, how do I do this thing? In terms of getting myself ready for next professional life. Let's talk about a few things. When we are talking about professional career, last 30 years, the professional career used to be, I get a job, I stay in the job, I finish, I retire from that job. Okay, one company takes care of you, very loyal. You are very loyal to the company. You have a task to do, and you finish that one. That was essentially the job or career perspective, a career map, career path, and such. And you get promoted throughout based on your performance. The company actually takes care of your career path itself. Okay. Now let's fast forward and let's focus on this at this moment. That means you had one job, one organization, but your career path was defined from there onward. Now it changed dramatically. One of the biggest things changed is that the companies are not loyal to employees. So in return, employees are not loyal to the companies. Why? Because of the fact companies have to lay off people because of the all other pressures, and they might want you, they really want you, but at the end of the day they're unable to sustain in this significantly competitive marketplace at this moment. So they cannot keep you for the job they would like to keep you. It's not the company is telling you, okay, you go ahead, I don't need you. It's not like that, but ultimately they have to say that word. So in return, what's happening is we started to see employees are not becoming loyal to the companies, because this is fundamental. You're not loyal to me, I cannot be loyal to you, because of the fact it's a fractured relationship at this moment. So the career started to happen fragmented. You work for one company and you prepare yourself for another company to make yourself resilient. The reason you have to make yourself resilient, what happens when you don't have that job? What do? So if you look at every person, after the millennial and all the digital age, every generations that came in, including the generations to come, which is Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and such, everybody is doing multiple jobs. And that's the biggest difference. At the same time, I'm doing 2, 3, 4 different jobs. So let's prepare for that. And this is a big shift. Now, if you come to your parents or the seniors or the experienced people, they're unable to see that one, or we're unable to see that because of the reason I have not gone through that journey yet. So if I suggest you, I'm going to be suggesting you trying to a transformative way. I will be fundamentally suggesting you that, okay, work for one company, be loyal to the company, it doesn't really work, because you are working for 5 different companies, 5 different organizations. But at the same time, how can you make it work? How can you actually contribute to each one of the organization that you are into it? And this is what the guidance that I'm going to give you, very, very prescriptive guidance. And not only very prescriptive guidance, this is something that you can implement. Okay. So let's take into the prescription side. Number 1, anything that you do in the AI era, you can do a deep research, understanding in detail what normally people took like 5-10 years to have an experience. Why? Because the AI has been trained with all those data. Let's say for doctors, a doctor, it take you 20 years. but the AI may fed all the professional data, all the research paper, all the documents, all the technical components of it, all the functional component of it, all the procedural component of it at once. Now, if I ask ChatGPT to a deep research on, let's say, fixing my bone if it breaks, it is going to give you a deep research on every anatomical elements, what you need to do, the prescription, what kind of medicine, all of them into one time. You're never going to be a doctor, but you would know that particular element in detail if you can study on that side. So you have a concentrated knowledge base where you can actually get it, find it, work it, and actually learn from it. Now, what it does in this era, in the AI era, it gives you a moment of time, ad hoc basis, one particular knowledge, one particular skill, in depth, with all this experience. It doesn't mean that you are that professional on that one, but for that task, for that function, you can perform. Because I'm doing 5 different jobs, and I cannot be an expert in all 5 of them. Take AI help, you create an AI assistant, or you actually do the deep research in, for example, ChatGPT, extended research in Claude, or something like that. That would give you one page, like maybe in one document, maybe it's a 20-page long document. You study up that document and you are an expert on that one. So one of your 5 jobs, you became expert, where you might have spent 40 hours. Now you're spending 1 hour to do that. So see, now that you freed up your other 30 hours, 35, 39 hours, you get to the next job. Let's say then you are working for a mortgage company. Now you need to learn all about the mortgage. Do the deep research, find that information, study up on it. That becomes your second task. And maybe it took you 2, 3, 4, 5 hours to learn about that one. Fantastic. But you're not doing all the research because the research time has been significantly shrunk. Okay, you're not an expert. Again, none of those you're becoming an expert for the whole industry, but you are becoming an expert for that particular task that you have to perform, and using the knowledge base of all these people. And that makes a huge difference, making you prepared for all this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 job. Not only that, now after when you go through it, you can actually create, let's say your job is doing the project management or creating a product. You can create an innovative and creative product, list out, create the technical document, do the step-by-step guide, provide the front end, provide the UI, provide the back end. All of those things in a document based on your understanding of this 15-page, 20-page document. Now, this fundamentally is the big shift in the workforce. Number one, okay, that's the prescriptive way that we're talking about, taking one job, making 5 different, completely isolated, different companies, different work, different tasks. You're doing all these things. Now, let's get to the next thing. So, before, what happened? You did one job, now you're doing 5 jobs. And before you did one job and you sequentially learned about it, now you parallelly learning about 5 different things, but you're going in depth. And before you learned about multiple part of the job, now you're learning about one depth of the task. So this fundamentally changed your job profile. Okay. Now let's get to the next level. How do people know that you are an expert, or how do people actually think about you can perform these things? Because you have to prove yourself that you have that brand, you have that comprehension, you have that capabilities to do that. That means you actually have to create a brand focusing on that you can do multiple things. Now, before in LinkedIn or job boards or in the website or in the GitHub, you publish something that shows who you are with that particular specialty. Now, what you do is that you use ChatGPT, use Claude, use Gemini, use Grok, and start building that profile of yours, showing or showcasing all these skills, soft and hard. Soft skill, communication, presentation, building a documentation, prompt engineering, all of it. And then hard skills, that you are a developer, coder, program management, project management, product manager, HR person, admin person. It doesn't really matter what the skills that you want. So now the second prescription. Remember, the second prescription is that your brand has to be published and clearly understood that you are able to become an AI era workforce ready individual. And that is a very big thing. Again, you don't have to be expert on it because you're going to be using all AI assistant and all AI areas, AI, basically AI expertise, something to do with ChatGPT, something if you're a developer, a front-end person, Lovable, Canva, Figma, all of those things, and you know all this stuff and you learned all this stuff. Okay, good. Start branding those things. Start creating those hashtags, the keywords, the ATS-friendly resumes and ATS-friendly LinkedIn profile, and the Medium articles. You write those articles reflecting all of your expertise. So this fundamentally creates the brand. So if I connect my work profile with my branding, this just gives me a significant step towards who I want to be, how I want to be. Now, prescription. You want to ready for, while you are a student, you want to become ready for workforce. First thing you do, you create in-depth knowledge for multiple tasks. Do it yourself, find an attachment, publish it, and brand it. And how to publish and brand it? You actually use whatever the your method of branding yourself, like LinkedIn, Medium, GitHub, whatever it is, or all of them. Combine all of them, or ask ChatGPT what are the things, and you start branding yourself. Let's say you started in your year 1, freshman year or sophomore year. As soon as you do that, by the time you become senior, you already are in the workforce. And there is no transitional period, because the previous gap also, as a third point, if I have to say, previous gap was you finished your degree, you work as an intern to learn about the workforce, and then you became integrated into the workforce. Now you shorten that one. The bridge is built before you actually graduate. So this fundamentally gives you that capabilities and make you ready for that workforce. So again, 3 different things. If I have talked about 2 major ones, and the third one, number 1, you become expert on the tasks using the AI and AI assistant, using the deep research, and then subsequently doing a chain of thought prompting for the tasks that you have to perform with a step-by-step guide. Number 1. Number 2, create the brand, because you have done that thing. Maybe you create articles, put the hashtags and the details of what you have done in your profile, in various different profiles that you do. And of course, these are the 2 core things that you have to do. And transitionally speaking, the third one, which is that you actually shorten your transition, because you start with your this particular method or prescription in year 1 or year 2, meaning freshman or sophomore year, and then you take it all the way up to your final year, so that you are already integrated into the workforce. Previously, you had a gap, a significant gap, I would say, becoming ready for your workforce. So with that, do something positive, do something amazing, take everybody together with you, and leapfrog to the next level. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.